Ari. Thank you for watching my video. If you are watching this video, I would love for you to subscribe. So click that subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I upload new content. I'm an esthetician, and being as I'm an esthetician, a lot of my stuff that I'm going to discuss is going to be connected to that. So today I'm going to do a story time. Okay. And the reason I'm going to do this story time is because the Super Bowl is this weekend. Today is February 1st, 2019. And on Sunday, it's the Super Bowl. So I wanted to talk about really quickly with you guys an opportunity that I had last year. So Super Bowl is a big deal. For me personally, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I don't watch football. So I cannot tell you any players' names. I can't name drop. I don't watch football. So anywho, last year I get a DM on Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Looks by Ari, and that's ARIE, one word, okay? Looks by Ari. So follow me real quick, sis. Anywho, so I get a DM, and in a DM it's like, hey, we love your work. We wanted to know if you would be interested in doing facials for a Super Bowl event. I'm like, me? So I was super beyond excited. I'm almost like, is this real? Like, is this really for the Super Bowl? So I responded back instantly like, hey, I would love to. Can you give me more details? What is required of me? What's the expectations, the date, the time, just let me know. And the woman responded and she told me, okay, so it's going to be over 100 different players from different teams and other people from the area, etc. And it's going to be an awesome opportunity to grow your business. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, this is a blessing. This is what I need. So the reason I was super excited is because I had only been out on my own as an esthetician at this point for 2 months. So I had been licensed for about 8 months, but I had only been solo, meaning working for myself, for 2 months. So to get an opportunity like that, and you've only been in the industry for literally not even 60 days, was a blessing. So I'm excited. I'm like, yes. So she responds back. She tells me the details, and I'm like, okay, awesome. So she tells me, follow the social media, etc., and I'm like super excited. So just as a disclaimer, guys, I'm not going to share the company's name. I'm not going to share the woman's name who reached out to me because I'm not going to do that. But anywho, so because I did have to sign a contract. That's why I'm not going to do that, because I had to sign a contract. Anywho, so the day comes and I get there for the event and I'm super excited. I actually made a whole bunch of bags with product samples. I brought my facial bag because I need to do facials. I brought my material. I brought my products. Like, I was ready. Okay. So I get there and the event was supposed to start at 10 a.m. I get there because we're supposed to be there an hour early. So I get there at literally 8:50 because I already don't like to be late. So I get there and I'm not seeing any vehicles. So it's at a really, really nice location. Like, I can't say where the location was, but just know we weren't in no hood spots or anything. We were in a bomb place, okay? So anywho, I'm looking around and I didn't want to just walk into this place because I'm dressed in my esthetician gear. I got on my Looks by Ari shirt, a polo, some jeans and, some shoes, some comfortable shoes because I was going to be doing facials. So I was not really prepared or not prepared. I wasn't dressed to walk around this type of place because I was going to be working. But anywho, so after a few minutes, I'm like, okay, let me just go in. So I went in and I spoke to one of the receptionists and I'm like, hi, I'm here for the Super Bowl event. And she was just like, Super Bowl event? I'm like, yeah, the Super Bowl event today? And she was just like, oh, you mean the gifting suite? And I was like, huh? And she was like, oh, let me show you where you guys are going to be at. So I'm like, okay. So she takes me to the back and I don't see anyone else there. So I'm kind of nervous because I'm like, okay, well, did I go to the right place? So I text the woman who contacted me, who I have been in contact with, who made me sign a contract. And I'm like, hey, it's Ari, I'm here, but no one else is here. So what do I do? So I started the setup, of course, because at the end of the day, I'm a business owner. I'm just going to go ahead and get ready. So I start the setup And as I'm, setting up, I'm still kind of getting nervous because no one is there. So anywho, hour goes by, it's 10 o'clock, nobody's still there. So about 10:15, the woman who hired me for the event, her assistant came in. And her assistant introduced herself. I spoke back. And she was just like, pretty much it was just me at that point and a couple other vendors there. And she was like, you guys can just, since you're the first ones here, pick where you want to be. So I set up, or I moved my stuff around because I was kind of like, okay, I didn't know where to be. But anywho, so I finished setting up and I'm just sitting there. So around 12 p.m., people started coming in. So I'm excited because I'm like, okay. And it was actually a nail tech next to me who I knew. So I'm like, okay, this is exciting. People are coming in. So I'm like, do you know who that is? Because they had like photographers there and people were stopping and taking pictures at the backdrop. I'm like, do you know who that is? And she's like, no, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, because it's men, but I don't know anything about football. So I wouldn't know if you were a football player, if you were a sports agent. I didn't know. So anywho, like I said, it's around noon at this point. Been there since 8:50. So as the men start coming in, they're taking their pictures and they're going from different table to table. And then they would get to me and I would introduce myself and I would ask them, not who they were, because you don't want to come off like, who are you? But I would be like, what brought you here? Kind of just to kind of find out who, if they were an NFL player. Some you can look at just to be real and tell physically they were not, but that doesn't mean that they were not in the industry in some shape or form. So I don't want to assume. But anywho, make a long story short, because this story could be very long, but I just want to get to the gist of it. Long story short, after doing facials literally for hours, I literally did, y'all ready for this? One current professional athlete and 2 ex-athletes, meaning that 2 retired. So 2 retired players and 1 current player. And the player that was current, meaning he was a current player for the Cowboys, because I'm in Dallas. But anywho, the one player who was a current player, I'm gonna be honest, like I said, I don't know anything about football, so I had to, do my research. But he is not like a first string or second string. Y'all don't laugh at me. But I guess he's like not one of the major players, a starter. That's what they call in basketball, right? But anywho, he's still a football player, so that was still pretty cool to me. But I was not allowed to take any pictures. I was not allowed to tag him in my social media or anything of that sort. So I was kind of disappointed. His publicist did take a picture of me giving him a facial, and I was like checking his Instagram over and over and over, and he never posted me. He never posted me, never mentioned me. And that was kind of devastating because at the end of the day, I don't know if I mentioned this, and I don't think I did. No, I did not. This was not a paid event. I did not get any compensation for this. Basically, I agreed to do the event because I was under the impression that I would be able to connect with athletes and other people in the industry. And because I was starting off and I was a new esthetician, at that point, any exposure is good exposure. So I was kind of like, I'm going to do this because it could, help my career in the long run. So I'm sharing this story because I'm going to just be real with y'all. I met a lot of men that day. A lot of women as well. There was one of the local DJs on the radio, and VJ was there. And it could have honestly went a different way, but it did not go the way that I was hoping it did. So in the long run, I kind of was more in the negative than as far as financially than a positive from doing this event. The reason being is because, first of all, it was not on a normal day that I work. So I had to get childcare. I had to use my products. I had product samples. I literally had over 100 product sample bags. And every person who walked past my table, whether or not they got a facial or not, were taking one. They were taking a product bag. Because now I know, I didn't know this then at that moment, the whole point of this event was to give gifts to these men and give them stuff, basically to make them interested in your business of some sort. But after talking to the nail tech that was there and a couple other people that I connected with who was there as well as vendors, it wasn't just me who did not benefit from this event. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm saying this to say the point of this story time is If you are a new business owner or business beauty professional and someone reaches out to you to do this type of event, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't do it. If I could go back to myself a year ago from today, I would tell myself, girl, no, don't do that. Because at the end of the day, you can't get your time back. You cannot. So I cannot get that time that I spent there, time waiting around, the time that I traveled, because I lived over an hour away from the event, the miles I put on my car, like all that stuff you cannot get back. And to someone it may be like, oh, you sound ungrateful. It's not that I'm ungrateful, not at all, but the person who contacted me made the event more than what it was. And that's my issue. Like, sis, you lied. You said that it was going to be over 100 NFL players, blah, blah, blah. It was not. It was not. It was one current NFL player and 2 ex-NFL players at the event. So why make this event more than what it is? Because you want people to come and do stuff for free. That's why. That's why she did that. So if someone reaches out to you guys and girls to say, hey, would you be interested in doing this event? I honestly would look at the pros and the cons on whether or not you should or should not do it. Now, like I said, at that moment, because I was a new esthetician, I thought that it was an amazing opportunity at that moment. I thought it would help me with more exposure. I wasn't looking to necessarily, I'm not going to say make any money from the event, but money later on. You know what I mean? Like somebody booked, and I had the option for them to book with me right then. Nobody booked. And you may be like, well, maybe you didn't give a good service. No, Ari gives bomb facials. Like everybody, they were all like excited and walking away like, oh, that was amazing. Many of them never had facials before, many of the men, because at the end of the day, there were men coming like crazy. I was doing facials after facial after facial after facial. And a lot of them, and some of them may even watch this video, who were at this event, because I know we're connected on social media, but they were just like small business owners like myself. So other than that, those 1 or 2 guys, there were no, no NFL players there, no celebrities like it was advertised. So that was disappointing. I'm gonna be honest. It's been a year. And that was not what I thought that it was going to be. So I just wanted to do this story time because it is NFL weekend. It's it's the Super Bowl weekend, and I just thought, I was thinking about that, like, oh yeah, I remember when I did that event. Like, it's almost, honestly, I've done other events. I've done events to give backs to, less fortunate women and children, homeless women. I've done other events, you know what I mean? I've done mom events, and those events were more meaningful for me because I'm a mom. I've been in different situations. So those type of events, I wasn't looking for any, necessarily any notoriety or any financial gain. But when someone solicits you and tells you that it's an opportunity, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what she did. She told me that this will be an opportunity for you to grow your business, grow your clientele. You'll be able to connect with different people, et cetera, et cetera. And that was not the case. So in a nutshell, y'all, watch what you commit to when you are a new business professional. Okay? Because at the end of the day, folks love free stuff and they will waste your time. Okay? And you can't get your time back. All right. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I am going to be throwing out a lot of videos talking about like esthetician life, because I'm an esthetician. And if you don't know what an esthetician is, I am a skincare professional. But anywho, we'll talk about that in another video. So if you didn't, go ahead and subscribe right now. Follow me on Instagram at Looks by Ari, and leave a comment below. Okay? All right. Give me some feedback. Let me know, y'all. I'm new to this YouTube stuff, but I'm going to do it because people keep asking me. All right. So thank you for watching. Bye.